everyone, Jen Henry here, slingshotfutures.com, and welcome to the Daily Market Mindset, where we take a look at the psychology behind the moves today so we can better understand tomorrow. Today, we've got a slow one, but if you stayed patient, you had a good day of trading on the bonds. Now, the 30-year bonds, typically, they're a slow market as is, right? They're not as slow as, say, the notes, but they are a pretty slow market. The nice thing about the bonds, though, is that it's 31.25 a tick, so it doesn't take a very big move to make a good return when you're talking about this kind of market. Now, we started off the morning with a gap higher, ending off yesterday with a big bull candle closing on its highs. Then we have the move up, continuation of that movement, but then we fall a little bit flat. We fail to break higher, we get a little bit of a pullback, really weak pullback from the bears into a bull breakout once again. So we are seeing the buyers potentially wanting to continue this movement. Now, we start coming back up towards the highs again, and we form a double top, and that's after two dojis and a bad bull move. So this overall momentum allows the buyers and the sellers to realize, hey, you know, this is probably a range, and we may even try to dip down for a gap fill. Now, some sellers may choose to sell this bear candle down, knowing that, well, we've got a double top, we have a possible range, chances are we're going to try to drive down and get the gap fill. They did miss it, but I'm not a huge fan of this sell. For me, we have an uptrend, we're gapping up, we're still holding that bullish momentum. I would rather stick with the trend. Now, the sellers did dip down. They broke below bar one on the lows there and quickly snapped higher. And that snap higher, that's what you want to see for a possible range. That shows you that not only are buyers aggressive, but they were buying the low and they were buying it very, very hard, right? They weren't letting it go even more than one tick below it before snapping right back up. So that allows the buyers to push in above that bull candle to try to get the move back through the high of day. We get a little bit of a faltering two-step sort of thing here where they kind of stumble over themselves, push back up again, another buying opportunity there. We get a dip down, another buying opportunity, now trapping in the sellers, with the sellers thinking, hey, you know what, we've got a double top and this is kind of a secondary move for the sellers to take it lower. Maybe we'll give it a shot here. Sellers are now trapped, their stops are going to be above the highs, so it's another buying opportunity. We go back up and we put in a quad top now, right? 1, 2, 3, and now 4, and start pulling back down. We turn back up again after the sellers start trying to come in. Again, sellers not gaining any ground and finding a base on a double bottom here, and another bull turn higher offers in another buying opportunity to constantly just stack up into this move for a breakout to the upside. We finally get back up to the highs again for 5 times on the top before we get another bull bounce really close to the high. Is not good enough to be a buyer. You want to buy a little ways away from the high, which is why this one isn't on that list either. And then we finally get a nice small little bull candle to buy in above for that inevitable breakout that finally took place. It took forever for the breakout to happen, but when it did, it moved nice and fast and would have filled all of the objectives on the buyers who were scaling into the move, and that's why you see the response that you do. All of the buyers have had a huge amount of pent-up energy. They've been buying. Finally, we break out, get out, right? Take the profit, get out of the way, and then it starts pulling back the opposite direction. So a phenomenal day of price action if you were patient. Patience is key when you're talking about markets like the bonds, and today was a definite patience tester. But again, if you stuck it out, you did just fine. Hopefully you learned something, hopefully you found it interesting, maybe a little bit entertaining, and we'll see you next time.